In just a couple of weeks, Lyvely is set to have its TGE on October 10th, 2024. And this is a project that I've been following for quite a while, but over the last 2 or 3 weeks or so, I've seen a few very exciting announcements in terms of partnerships and developments that make me even more bullish on this project. So like I said, they just recently announced their TGE, and while I have used this platform for quite a while now, you can go over to their actual platform and see my profile where I post a little bit about what's going on in the crypto space. Recently, I talked about just yesterday how altcoin season is almost here. I post some updates like I do over on X, and this platform, while I have been following it and using it for quite a while, they just recently announced their TGE, announced it on October 10th. But not only this, they have also announced some major partners in the crypto space that are going to bring a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs to the project. Layla Halpern, we've seen the Martini guy, we've seen, if we scroll down a little bit more, Michael Van de Pope, and this was all just in the last 3 or 4 days. So in the last 3 or 4 days, they've announced 3 major names in crypto. And if you scroll down even more, you'll see name after name and partnership after partnership that really are going to benefit this project overall. They announced recently that global crypto exchange M2 Exchange has joined their investment round along with Phoenix Group and Cypher Capital. We'll go over some of these other partners. They've announced recently they also have DApp Radar, which is a massive company. It says the world's DApp store, the most trusted source for Web3 projects across 60 blockchains. They announced a partnership with Lyvely. And if you look, we have DeFi Princess and Gembuyer, and the list just goes on and on of major names in the crypto space and in the investment world and in the VC world that have partnered with this project. And that makes me extremely bullish about their TGE coming up in just a couple of weeks. So with all of these major announcements and partnerships and big names behind this project, I think this TGE could be one of the biggest in 2024. So if we go ahead and look at their website and look at a few things going on, we can see that in terms of their website, it says, look, Lyvely, a profile that pays. And if we scroll down a little bit, it says Lyvely is a next generation social monetization platform designed to overcome the limitations of a fragmented landscape that only works for the top 1%. It's ultimately like the best all-in-one SocialFi platform, because ultimately right now the problem is that creators have been using multiple platforms to monetize their content, whether that's on YouTube or Twitch or X or Patreon or whatever that is. And this has made it tough for influencers and brands and professionals and everyone to build a community and be rewarded for their content, because people have to choose which platform they're going to build a community on, and this really limits monetization opportunities for a lot of creators. So with Lyvely, ultimately it puts all of this into one place. They pay using their native ecosystem token, the LVLY, which is launching and having its TGE in just a couple of weeks. It could be swapped for fiat instantly, and with this they allow people to easily build an authentic community and be paid for their content instantly. It brings together social media and fintech all into one place. And like also we see that a lot of platforms limit what type of content people can post. They don't really make it easy for people to get paid, and Lyvely solves all of those issues. So if we scroll down a little bit, we could see that, like I briefly mentioned, they have a number of partners in the crypto space, big name influencers, big name people who have been supporting and talking about the project, but also they have major investors. Phoenix is a top 5 largest Bitcoin miner in the world, with publicly being listed on ADX. Cypher Capital is another major investor, which is Dubai's leading Web3 VC and venture builder. We can see that they've raised a total of $12.5 million from these lead investors, and they also have advisors that range from Owl Ventures to Subvisual. They have, other partners like Lunar Strategy and Caliber and Akron Trading, and you can see the list goes on and on of their accomplishments and partnerships and investors. So this is something that I personally really like to see for a project having its TGE, is that they've raised a ton of money, $12.5 million. But in addition to doing this, they've built a massive community of 25,000 users and creators. They've built a platform that a lot of people are using, like personally, I've posted on it. You could see me posting about crypto and altcoins. I have my whole profile right here. And if you go over to, other people who are posting, you can see that they have a number of people who are constantly posting and engaging on the community. And so this is something that's just very exciting in my opinion, because most of the time with the TGE, you see a project try to raise a bunch of money from the TGE. They haven't even built anything just yet, and they try to use that money, hopefully, to build something. But Lyvely has done it like the right way. They've done it a better way, where they've built out a real product with a real community, having massive name investors and partners before ever launching their token. And they're launching their token to just enhance the entire ecosystem and entire platform. So you can see that with this platform, some aspects for utility for the token and some things that take part on the actual platform is that, look, it says there is a profile that pays. Pay to access. So on this platform, it's like a Patreon where you can pay for content. There's paid content walls on the platform. They have exclusive memberships as well, where it says you can join different communities for, membership fees. Community building. It allows creators to build out their communities. It has live selling, which is like a TikTok shop, like a TikTok live streaming almost. And they have tips and rewards as well, which is like what you would do on like a YouTube live stream or just on a Twitch live stream. So all of these things are combined into one, and ultimately they're fusing social media engagement with DeFi fintech utility, and they're ultimately providing a very easy, simple experience for creators to monetize their content. In addition to this, with their token, there's a ton of value that comes from having their token, which is set to launch. There's instant payments, reduced transaction fees. You can redeem fiat for Lyvely from Lyvely profile, VIP access to locked content, monetization increase, unlocking exclusive features. All of these things are going to be enhanced even further as we see the TGE take place and as we see the token go mass market, where it's easily accessible to be bought on exchanges. You can see they talk about deflationary token circulation for unmatched value accrual, and the way that works is that the Lyvely they repurchase tokens from exchanges. These tokens are deposited into a rewards account, and these are distributed as rewards for creators and users. So there's just a lot to like about with this project, in terms of actual utility, in terms of actual community, and in terms of them actually building out a real business, because they have tens of thousands of users and they have future revenue models as well. They have this monthly subscription where they charge a $49 a month to upgrade to a pro verified account, giving creators added benefits and reduced commissions on sales. They're going to take 10 to 20% on all fiat transactions. That's going to generate revenue for them, but it's also going to drive more people to using their native ecosystem token, because they're going to save all those fees. They have fintech, which is an on-off ramp in the platform, making it very easy for people to work on the platform. They have advertising as well, advertising and boost posts. So they have all these different revenue streams already in place. So ultimately with this project, they have a very detailed roadmap of what's to come, including major tier 1 exchange listings, rollouts of updated version of their apps like the V2 mobile app and V3 mobile app launch. They're going to continue to build out their partnerships with, let's say, celebrity athletes, influencers and creators in the crypto space. And so with their TGE coming up, I am extremely bullish on this project, and I'm really excited for what they have in terms of their token, in terms of their community, and in terms of their partnerships. Because like I said, it's very rare that I've seen a project have a TGE, but already have all these major names on board prior, already have all these lead investors on board prior, already have a working product that I personally have used in the past, like prior to having a TGE. Most of the time, you don't see all of this utility, all this use prior to a TGE. And for that reason, I think this could be one of the most successful TGEs of 2024. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye out on if you haven't already.